Hey, this is John. Welcome to my new Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery, Skyblock pack for Minecraft 1.18. So, I had seen other people playing this on YouTube, and I thought, hey, this looks like fun. I should play this. So, what I liked about this pack is that it has a tiered progression system. So, you've got several chapters in your quest book, and you go through them, and the focus is all on automation. So, rather than using Britannia or Ex Nihilo, we're using Project E to create resources. Now, I usually stay away from Project E because I find that it's overpowered, but they've made some tweaks that I think should balance this out pretty well. So let's go ahead and create a new world and see what the mod pack looks like. So I am recreating an old world I was playing with. I've played this pack a little bit, not all the way to the end, but a little ways through. Just seeing how it works to see if it's fun, and it is awesome. I love this pack. I think he did a great job putting things together. It uses a bunch of mods that I hadn't played with before, like Create, Immersive Engineering, Mechanism, so I'm learning a lot of new ways to do things. Some of the early stuff is a little bit more familiar, and although I don't usually use Project E because I find it overpowered, because of the tweaks in here, I think it should be interesting. It's a Skyblock pack, so we're not focused on mining to get resources. We're just focused on using the resources to build things. And we're going to build automation stuff. Like I said, I created a world that I already had before. I did that so I could save this forest biome. I might want the forest biome just for spawning. There's a lot of biomes you can spawn in, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't spawn in some biome that mobs wouldn't spawn in if I needed those. And also, I prefer rain to snow if it's going to have weather, so it's nice to have a temperate biome. The biome largely doesn't matter, and I don't even know if there's an end or a nether in here, so I don't think any of that matters for finding stuff. Let's look at the quest book. We can get an introduction right here, so you can read this if you want, but basically it just talks about the pack, how it's focused on automation. Only certain E resources have EMC. That's how they're balancing out Project E, and we'll use those to gain more stuff. Here are the 5 tiers or 5 chapters. So the first one is about thermal expansion. So if we go over here, we've got a configuration panel. If you want to change some game world options, we could turn off phantoms. I might do that later, but I'm not going to do anything with any of these rules right now. So phantoms I'm going to leave alone, keep my items, banishing day-night cycle, and getting rid of the rain. I'm just going to leave those rules alone for now. Overhauled ore processing is kind of cool. You can get up to 25 times yield from a single raw resource by setting up this complicated automation system. So at some point, hopefully, we'll do something like that. It'll be a while though. Tier 1 thermal expansion. So in our quest book, we can go to the welcome section and tick this off. If I want to collect all these rewards, I can either click them individually or go up here and get the rewards, and it will give me everything that I am entitled to from the quest book. So it gives me some saplings, some water and lava buckets, a transmutation table, which is how we'll get started with Project E and gathering resources. We get some bread for food, a bed, and some coal ore. Now anything that has EMC, you can see on the tooltip it's got EMC for coal ore, or on the one probe it'll show you what blocks have EMC. You can turn those into your table. That will teach you how to build them and gather your EMC from that resource. So you destroy the resource, but you can get it back. So EMC I think is equivalent matter cost, something like that, material cost. So we're going to do that to get EMC, and that way will make more resources. So this whole pack is focused on automation and farming EMC. And we do that with these mechanical essences and crystals, the result of which is that the crystal gives you more EMC than the sum of its base components. That's how we will farm more and more EMC to get higher and higher in the tiers. So our first quest is to gather up wood. Hey, it's a skyblock. There's a tree there. I guess we'll gather wood. It does have Ultimine, so we can hold the grave key down, or hold the grave key down by default, unless you've changed it, and you can harvest entire blocks of the same kind. So be careful with that. You could break your platform and fall to your death, but just use it sparingly. There's a chest under here. There's a few more resources, largely just what we got from the quest reward, so I'm not clear why we get the quest rewards and the chest, but we'll use that. Uh, Grass blocks have EMC. We can't gather them yet, but we can gather dirt, and dirt does have EMC. So let's start teaching our Project E how to make things. We'll set down one of these transmutation tables, and if we open up the interface, we've got no EMC, but if we put something in there, we will learn the object and gather the EMC by destroying the block. We can shift-click things in here. We can put them in the burn slot. If we haven't learned them, we can learn them by putting them over here without putting them in the burn slot to destroy them. By default, I just shift-click and drag everything to make sure everything is learned and I get the EMC from it. There we go. We know how to make coal, saplings, oak, and dirt. You will eventually have too many items to be on this page. You can flip through your pages here if we had more than one page. We can search through them to get items, or if you have an item, you can put it in the center here and it will filter the items that have the EMC values closest to the item you put in here. So if we had cobblestone, we would see dirt and cobblestone on this list because they both have one EMC. All right, there we go. So there is the start of this. I want to take a stack of dirt. You can either take one item out by right or left clicking, or you can get a stack by shift clicking. So we'll just take a little bit of this dirt. I want to fill in the platform just a little bit. So I like how Quark lets you place blocks like this. So it's no longer the need to have an angel block or something like that. Just want to get a little bit of a platform extension going so I feel a little bit safer. I'm going to need to make a cobble gen real soon. We do go down a little bit on our island, so the regular island you can break down a little bit, but be careful how far you go down because, you know, there's an empty void down there. We don't want to go down there. Alright, so our quest rewards for getting wood is some more saplings, and we also get opened up clay. Clay has EMC as well. So we can go ahead and turn the clay in, and we know how to make clay now. Alright, we need to make a cobble generator, so let's break this block. We've got a place for the water to flow, we've got a place for the lava to flow, and we've got a bucket of each. Now, as I said earlier, cobblestone does have an EMC value. You can see that on the one probe tooltip. So we do not need this generator to last more than a single use. We get the cobblestone, put it in our table, and we'll have plenty of cobblestone forever. So let's make a table. We need some resources. So we're going to get some logs out of here. You notice that we didn't have 8 logs from that tree, but we can get more out because we have enough EMC to cover that. We got that mostly with the coal ore it gave us from our first reward. Okay, let's turn all those into planks. So although logs have EMC, planks do not. So generally only your basic resources have EMC in this pack. Everything else you have to construct somehow. Alright, we're going to make a crafting table. And this mod does have the crafting station mod, which is basically the Tinker's Construct table. So we'll be able to access chests from that very easily. So let's go ahead and set this guy down, and let's make a wooden pickaxe. There we go. I can mine up this one cobblestone, and we can put it in our system. And now we can get tons of cobblestone whenever we want, as long as we have enough EMC. But cobblestone takes 1 EMC, so we're probably going to have plenty of EMC for cobblestone for a while. Alright. That means we can make a better pickaxe. Obviously, I don't want to use wood for very long. That would be a terrible decision. Oh man, I didn't do that. Hang on. I can't believe I stopped holding the mouse button like that. Ooh, that was close. So what I want to do is I want to put this guy on my table. They can go upright like this. I love that. And then we're going to put the chest down here. Can access the resources in the chest. And then I will put my bed down right here, and I will be able to access this from here, and I'll have my bed situated right in the middle. Alright, so what is the next thing we need to do? We have opened up our tier 1 task, we get some reward of some extra cobblestone. This will unlock a lot of other resources for us. We get to have redstone, iron, pretty much all the basic materials from vanilla Minecraft. We also get aluminum and all of the ores you'd normally mine from thermal expansion. This tier is the thermal tier, so we get all those as a reward. As a reminder, go up and collect all your rewards and dump them into your table to make sure you have learned all of these things. We want to make sure, because there are no refunds, if you don't have all of everything learned, you won't be able to make more of it later on. Also, we'll get a bunch of EMC that we can use to get different materials. We might not need so much nickel or copper right now, or silver or lead, but we'll use their EMC values to make the stuff that we actually do need. Okay, so that is a good start. Let's go ahead and make a new tool. I don't want to use this wooden pickaxe, so I'm going to delete that. And if you want to, you can drag things to your trash slot. You only get one trash slot, so once something else in there, it will override. But you can pull things out of your trash slot if you only have one thing in there. You can either delete to put them in there automatically, or drag them right over there. I do like that functionality. Let's make a second chest to make this guy a double chest. And then I want to expand the platform. So let's make a tool. We need some more sticks. And I don't want to make a wood tool, I want to make a stone tool. We could make just a pickaxe, but I want to make a paxel. It's a tool that is common to many tool mods. This is a combination of an axe, a pickaxe, and a shovel. So all I need to do is make the required tools, and then you can craft it like this, and now we have a paxel. All right, there we go. So now we have a tool that combines the best of all of those things, and I'll be able to use that to build things. Okay, I would like to expand my platform a little bit, so let's go ahead and turn this cobblestone back into EMC, and I want to get some builder's wands. So let's get a builder's wand. I think they're actually the construction wand now, so I shouldn't have got rid of my cobblestone. Let's get that. And I want a bunch of dirt to expand my platform. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've got the dirt there. All I need now is to go make my construction ones. I may need 2 of them. I'm not sure yet. I want to make sure I just get 2 of them. Be careful when you shift click, it'll make whatever's in there. And the builders or construction wands are pretty nice. They allow us to go out and build things, and they're a little bit more flexible than the old builder wands were, or at least they give you better stuff. The old builder's wands of stone could do 5 blocks. These can do 9. So let's go out 3 on each side. So there and there. I would like to make my platforms 13 by 13. Now, this may not go all the way, but that's okay. I'll fix it later. So 1, 2, 3 on this side, and then I'm going to go 3 on this side, and then we'll see how big our platform is. If I made it too big, that's fine. We'll fix it later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on this side. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I did do it right. All right, good. And I see our builder's wand is almost broken. So let's fill in the rest of this. And there we go. Oh, a little bit more over there. Let's change our builder's wand. I don't want it to break. All right, there we go. A 13 by 13 platform. We'll just put these together and make us a safe builder's wand. All right, I'd also like to get us some stone walls so I don't have to worry about running off my platform. It's probably silly, but I always feel a bit paranoid that I'm going to fall off the edge into the void. And I don't want that. Yeah. Cobblestone's cheap, so I'm not worried if I place a block wrong and it falls in the void. I'm much more worried about, dying in the void. Alright, so once we have our walls, we can get started with our thermal expansion automation. What I want to do in this first episode is look into what Tier 1 entails. So all of the tiers have a mechanical essence and crystal we have to get, and that will unlock the next tier. So looking at this, we need to get this basic mechanical essence. That's what I want to do for this episode. So to do that, we're going to need copper rods, iron gears, and aluminum gears. That implies we're going to need copper, iron, and aluminum. We do have some prerequisite tasks, though. We have this one right here to get plates and rods. A stick counts as a rod, so that's already opened up for us. We need to get an engineer's hammer, which is going to require some iron and some iron nuggets. And we need to get any plate. We'll get an iron plate since we can make those with the engineer's hammer. So to get any of that, we're going to have to make some furnaces. Let's toss all this dirt back in here. And let's get another stack of cobblestone, maybe 2 of them. And let's go ahead and make 8 furnaces. That way we'll have some parallelism going with our furnaces. So I'm going to put them right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not there. I have my Paxel back so I can break him. All right. Now we're going to need some fuel. I'm going to use wood planks for fuel. I think 2 stacks of wood should get us enough fuel for all of those furnaces. So that's what I'm going to do in the beginning to cook things up. We'll get a little bit of parallelism going, and we'll get, we'll get lots of cooking going. So we need to make some iron. We're going to need a lot of iron. So I'm going to cook up almost a full stack of iron. We're going to get them cooking up in parallel. I know we're going to need copper and aluminum. We don't actually need that much aluminum, and you get aluminum from bauxite. So I'm going to just cook up 6 of this for now. And then we're going to get probably half stack of copper. I'm going to do 1 more. Wait, that's not right, is it? That'd be better. Okay. We'll go ahead and get some copper cooking up in there. And then later on, we'll get some tin cooking up in those 2. Let's go ahead and get our tin. Let's get half a stack of tin. All right, there's our tin. Let me get 1 more tin. Okay, so there is our aluminum. All right, so you can see we've used almost all of our EMC. I want to place these saplings in the chest. That way, if I need to farm EMC, I'll be able to do that easily by simply planting a tree farm and growing trees. In fact, you can see that if we make a little tree farm, let's go right over here in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be enough. We can do the twerking for trees, and we can break them with our stone axe guy. And then we do have fast leaf decay too. There we go. We've got 6 somehow. That's fine. We can get more of these from EMC. So we can turn all of that into EMC. I want to keep 8 saplings. If I need to make more, I'll move the bed and stuff so I have more room for a tree farm. But I'm hoping we don't need any more EMC before we get to the next section. Okay, we should have some iron going now. So let's get the iron, the tin, and some of the copper. And my hope is that we can make this next thing. So we're going to need some iron nuggets. Let's put my material in here, and the sticks, and the planks. I don't know, I have a stack of dirt. There we go. Let's get this engineer's hammer. We're going to need some nuggets. There we go. Engineer's hammer. We can put a hammer together with an iron ingot to get an iron plate. There we go. That quest is now complete. We get some XP as a reward. And now we can get our basic mechanical essence if we had copper rods and aluminum gears. So I believe we have enough stuff to get that. So we need copper rods. To start off with, it's just that. So there's our 2 copper rods. Our iron gear is iron with an iron nugget. And then our aluminum gear is aluminum with an iron nugget. And that should let us build our first basic mechanical essence. There we go. We're halfway through tier 1. Not really. But, okay, so the other part of that is just getting the mechanical crystal, which is going to require a multi-servo press. So that's what we'll do in the next episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Come back next time when we will do more stuff. Thanks for watching. See you then.